Um, Chelsea, when you arrived, did you go into college housing?
I did.
Can you give us a little breakdown of your experience?
Yeah. I would actually say for people coming, unless you have friends or family already very near, college housing is going to be your best option. I loved coming into college housing and arriving and meeting our amazing housing team. And they set you up in a house with other girls, or if you're a guy, other guys, married couples as well. And I shared a room, so I came at 26. So that was kind of okay, I've had my own room for a little bit. I'm sharing a room with someone now. But the houses are quite nice, and they're at both the Hills and City campus, very, very close, within walking distance to college classes and church on the weekend. And I just think it was the safest and most affordable option for coming overseas and not really knowing anyone. And I just think you can't beat the community that you get to build. So Rachel and I actually lived together for a while as well. And I'm still amazingly close with the girls that I lived with in my first year. And that was 7 years ago. And it was a huge blessing getting to be in college housing.
Awesome. So, Beck,
Yes.
let's move on to the admission side of things.
Yes.
So the application process, can you just give us a really brief rundown of what that looks like for people wanting to apply today or in the near future?
Yes. Okay. So we have an online application form. So our fees currently at the moment are $200 for an international and $100 for domestic. So that's the Australian and New Zealand residents. On the application form, we just ask for details from who you are, church details, who your pastor is, 300-word testimony. So we want to know who you are. And we want to hear from your pastor as well. So we want a pastoral reference. So basically, we want to know who you are, where you're going in life, and we do need to see a financial plan. So because with our international students coming in, we do have upfront fees. So you've got your visa application, you've got your flights, you've got overseas health cover. So we just want to set you up for a win from the beginning. So that's the really quick overall case. So we like to deal with all of our applications case by case. So when we receive something in our inbox, we just work with you and you get a case manager and we just do the journey.
I think that's one of the amazing things about our admissions team is that you are assigned a case manager, so they literally work with you to get your application complete. They'll work with you to get your confirmation of enrollment, which you need in order to apply for your visa.
Correct.
And it's like you have a friend on the other side of the world or computer that literally just helps you in the process of first applying to then actually arriving here and everything in between.
Yes.
So how long can they expect to wait before they find if they've been accepted into Hillsong College?
Okay, so because we deal case by case with every one of our applicants coming in, we can be looking at moving to a different intake, or we can be moving towards the intake that you're applying for. So depending on the finances and the case that's happening. So normally we can be looking at a good couple of days. If we get all the paperwork coming in, we can turn over with what gets given to us. From there, it all comes down to obviously the finances. So we then start to work through, we take the course fees, the overseas health cover, and then we send the COEs, and then that gets used for your visa application. So with the visa application, because we're not immigration agents, we don't really like to recommend different things, but something we do recommend with saving money is start up front from the beginning, pay for 3 years of health cover, and then use that and actually pay for 3 years of a visa. And if you decide not to do the full 3 years, so to speak, you actually will get a refund on your overseas health cover, but you've paid the same amount as the visa application fee. So you're actually saving money long term.
That's amazing. I think that's a really great point, to apply for all 3 years of your health cover at once. If you don't use it, then you get it refunded.
Correct.
Amazing. Thank you, Australian government. So if someone has previously studied at Bible College or another education provider, can they actually recognise the prior learning when coming into our courses?
Yes, this is where it with admissions, we deal case by case. So we look at if you've done a vocational training, so if you've done like a diploma of ministry, then you're going to get recognition of our first year, so which is the certificate in ministry, and then you can go straight into the diploma of ministry with us. If you're looking at higher education, then that's where it can get a little bit blurred at the moment. So with our vocational education, so our Certificate 4, our diploma and our advanced diploma, case by case.
Great. That's actually what I did. I had already studied previously before I arrived in Australia. I'm from New Zealand. And so I actually RPL'd, recognised prior learning, my entire first year. So I went straight into second year and found that it was a great transition. It was easy enough academically to jump into those classes. And the community that is in college was just such a wonderful thing to become a part of, and everyone just embraces you. So if you have studied previously, Hillsong College is definitely still for you. If you want to come and join us, you can definitely look into doing that. So just contact us, ask us any questions that you may have.